streaming, YouTube is streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, finding the changeless through change. Or there are two things, changeless and change, known and unknown. So finding the changeless, that which is never born, never dies, through that which is born and undergoes change and dies. Northrop says somewhere that the Western mind has been continuously searching for the theoretical component of existence, the causal link for how things happen, what is its cause, how the effect can be controlled, how man can manipulate nature. And the Eastern mind says Northrop has been on a different adventure. The search has been to find the aesthetic component of reality, not the theoretical component. Northrop wanted to know, said Western mind is interested in knowing the theoretical concept of the existence, not the aesthetic concept of existence. Who is this Northrop? Northrop, his full name is Herman Northrop Frye. He was a Canadian literary critic and literary theorist, considered one of the most influential minds of 20th century. He was born on 14th of July 1912 and died on January 23rd, 1991. He gained international fame for his book Fearful Symmetry, that was published in 1947, which is considered to be the reinterpretation of the poetry of William Blake's poetry. So you can go into more about it. The American critic also did some work, but that is not my concern. My concern is how to find the changeless, the unknown through the change or the known. There are certain things in you which are known, which undergoes change, certain things about which you can know, and there are certain things about which you cannot know and that never changes. So it is the aesthetic aspect of the existence, that which is never born, never dies. The first sutra in this is be the unsame same. Understand the language. Be the unsame same to friend as to stranger, in honor and dishonor. Be the unsame. How do we interact with the person? Through our known faculties. And that time our unknown faculty, the changeless faculty, is not operating. We interact through our body, mind and intellect. Be the unsame same. Let that which never born, never dies, should be the guiding principle through your known, through your change. To a friend, to a stranger, in honor and dishonor, what we do. Those with whom we expect to get some favors, benefits, gains, our behavior is different to them as compared to an ordinary person on the street. We do not treat everyone alike. What you have to understand, you are in a classroom, all the students are they are part of the classroom. Certainly they are at different levels of understanding. Their level of intelligence differs. So how do you deal with them? Through your methodology. I will give a simple example. One book is being published, The Quantum Process of Transformation. It was initially to be for one person from India, but after some time realized that the level of understanding was different. Then certain chapters which I know, the person who is writing it or in whose name the book is being published should be able to defend the contents of it, have the understanding of the contents. Not as much as I do, but to some extent must be there. But there is a difference. So then another person was used as the main author. And since I had promised this person must stand on that, so she remained as a junior author. When I looked at the writing, I realized that it needs a lot of improvement. So what happens there? The unsame same is dealing with her, the changeless. She needs to be worked on so that the process of transformation begins in her. At least seed is carried in everyone. Everyone is a student who has come to the classroom, to the university to obtain a degree. Some may obtain the degree with the higher marks than the other, but all are students. For you, as a professor, all the students are same. Yes, when you are explaining to a person who is at a higher level of intelligence, you will give him some just hints. To the other, you will do more work. That is natural. We cannot change that. But that does not mean I neglect that person, that student who is at the lower ebb of that. Today he is at the lower ebb of intelligence. Tomorrow he can reach to the higher level of intelligence. Every seed, when you plant the seeds at different time intervals, what happens? One plant, the seedling is very small. The next one, the stem is getting harder. The third one is bearing the fruits. The fourth one is decaying and the fruits are coming back to the seed stage. This is how the plants grow. So at each stage, the gardener takes care of them. To some, when the fertilizer is being used, you go to the fertilizer shop, you will get the fertilizer that is growing fertilizer. Growing salt, word is used for fertilizer, salt. Growing salt and bearing salt. When the plant starts bearing, then you use a different kind of nutrition it is needed. When it is growing, and then another kind of fertilizer is used to prepare the soil. So 3 stages are there. Soil has to be prepared. When the seed is planted, you need the growing salt. You want the seed to grow. When the seed has grown to a certain extent, then what happens? The seed will need a different energy. So that comes, you add little more fertilizer. When it is in the stage of bearing, you take care of that seed, take care of that plant in a different way. So each student, each person that comes to the commune of a master is at different levels of understanding. In some, that's why it is said, in the barren soils of thy inner sanctum, oft do I use the manure of compassion. Compassion is the manure. It works for everyone. Yes, out of compassion, you are interacting with the person, and then what it is needed for that person, you do that. This is the only way you can teach the person how the changeless should interact with the change. In your family, you are dealing with children whose level of understanding is less than that of the adult. Sometimes even the understanding of the adults is not as good as it should be. So you have to work according to the level of cognition of the person. And in doing that, so you are the one who is a professor, who is trained how to deal with the students at different levels. When I was teaching in the university, there were students who were it was a combined class. There were students who had opted the Hindi medium of understanding, the others English medium. So there are books on economics written by the Western authors, Indian authors, and even their levels are different. So those who are at a higher level of understanding, you go read this book, and what the others, the same concept has been simplified for someone according to his aptitude. So the Eastern mind has been much involved, concerned with the search to know how to manipulate the nature. The Eastern mind is not concerned. Western mind is concerned. That's what the theory of Herman Northrop Frye was. Western mind was much concerned with searching for that to know how to manipulate the nature, but has been interested in how to be one with nature. The Eastern mind. The Western mind is interested in knowing how to manipulate the nature. Eastern mind has been interested from the very beginning how to be one with nature. Not in how to conquer it. You cannot conquer the nature. Science is trying to do that. But in how to be in deep friendship, deep communion, deep participation with it. The Western mind is in conflict, struggle, and Eastern mind has been in a mystique love relationship. I don't know whether Northrop will agree with me, but now he is no more. But my feeling is that science is a hatred, a relationship of hatred with nature, wants to conquer. Albert Einstein was somewhat different, and now things have changed. Science is beginning to come to some extent in harmony with nature. Religion is love relationship. So as a matter of fact, there is no conflict, there is no struggle. In another way, science is male oriented and religion is female oriented. Approach is feminine, mellow, soft, understanding, not aggressive. Science is aggressive, religion is receptive. That is what the feminine mind is, receptive. The Eastern mind is religious. You look at Lao Tse's mind, you look at Buddha, Mahavir, the other ancient and the modern sages and masters. Science is aggressive, religion is receptive. The Eastern mind is religious. I will say, whenever a religious mind, wherever a religious mind is, it is Eastern. This does not mean the scientists in the East, they are not aggressive. The scientific mind is aggressive. It can be in the East, it can be in the West. The religious mind can be found throughout the East, in the East or in the West, but that is receptive. It makes no difference where a person is born, in the East or West. What kind of understanding do you have? And so these are basically two approaches which has nothing to do with geographical dimensions, geographical denominations. They are not to be divided on the basis of geographical denomination, on the basis of the understanding. You can be born in the West, and may not belong there. Well, if you read the poem of William Blake, you will find that he is a feminine mind. You may be Eastern through and through. You may be born in the East, but you may not belong, and you may be scientific. The approach may be mathematical, intellectual. But now these three dimensions are part of the mystics: the mathematics, the science, and poetry. Mathematics, music, and mathematics, music, and meditation. These three are form the basis of the mystical understanding. Mathematics puts everything in a very mathematical manner. There is, when the musical notes are put together, there can be a little bit interplay when a particular song is composed. It is like a mathematical equation. And music, it is composed musically. The existence is composed in a musical manner, mathematically, for meditative purposes. It is a combination of the three, the triodes: music, mathematics, and meditation. Out of these, love evolves. Tantra is absolutely Eastern. It is a way of participating with reality, a way how to be one with it. Those who are familiar with the medical science, they will know there is a process of oxidation that takes place. This process of oxidation is a scientific phenomenon. The cells of the body degenerate when the oxygen starts releasing and interacts with molecule. Oxidation happens. So the body needs antioxidant, and the elements, whatever the term is being used, all the antioxidant are life invigorating, life giving, giving youthfulness to the body, and they are important, and medical science focuses on that, and free radicals. Now, how an ordinary person can introduce? There are certain foods which are loaded with antioxidants. There are certain ingredients, food items, highly rich in antioxidant. Lotus is one of them, is the rich source of vitamins, minerals, trace elements, and antioxidants. It is very important. Every part of this is very important. The flower is used for decoration and other things. Its stem, which in Kashmir is considered to be a very delicious dish, an important dish. It is a root of the plant. It grows in the mud. It has the kind of a capillary, not capillary, but small holes in its stems. It has to be cleaned. Kashmir, it is cooked in a particular way, and that is there it is called nadru. Then seeds, lotus seeds, another very important item. You look at the cashew nuts, highly rich in protein contents, nutrients, When you are eating more protein, you eat less, and also you will not feel hungry like anything else. It is nutritionally dense item. And it is antioxidant. So in the past, many dishes were developed. A dish is developed with that I had mentioned yesterday, that a dish was developed by the king of Udaipur. Somebody gave him a gift of green grapes, seedless, antioxidant, youthfulness. So he asks his chef to prepare a dish, and the dish was prepared with lotus seeds and green grapes. The certain oils have an oxidizing tendency when they interact with the body. Cells, there are certain which are antioxidant, like clarified butter, olive oil in raw form, not because it is sensitive to heat, the smoke point is very low. Coconut oil, avocado oil, these are some of the oils which are antioxidant. Then another dish I have prepared, which is lotus seeds and cashew nut dish. Very rich, exotic. You eat less, you are nourished more. In the same way, you involve in sex and you are never satiated. Tantra is antioxidant. Tantra is antioxidant because it shows a particular way how to participate with reality, a way how to be one with it. Because you are a part of existence, your spouse is a part of existence. How the two elements of existence are participating with one another in a harmonious way. How to dissolve boundaries. How to move in an undifferentiated realm. Isn't it Tantra? Is journey into undifferentiated realm. Mind differentiates, creates boundaries, definitions, because mind cannot work without definitions, without boundaries. The more clear cut the boundaries are, mind feels very comfortable in that. The better is the possibility for the mind to work. So mind cuts, divides, chops everything. Tantra is antioxidant. Meditation is antioxidant. Just as in beauty, we use many things as a face pack. We use yogurt. We use fresh cream. We use other ingredients. These are all antioxidant elements because they provide the youthfulness. So these dishes that was created, they were more for the youthfulness, to maintain the youth and vigor. Many things can be done. So Tantra, meditation, love is antioxidant. So introducing this scientific approach into the aspect of inward journey, This is my rule which I am introducing, incorporating, and making it the entire thinking to undergo transformation. If you understand how Tantra can be antioxidant, meditation can be antioxidant, your life will undergo transformation. Religion dissolves boundaries. Tantra is not concerned with creating boundaries, instead dissolving the boundaries. Meditation dissolves the boundaries of love and meditation, soul and the mind. All the boundaries are dissolved, and only when the boundaries are dissolved, you can move to undifferentiated, where there is undifferentiated realm, where there is no definition, without where there is no limit to anything, where everything moves into everything else. You can enter meditatively into love. You can love meditatively. You can enter into Tantra, into male-female relationship meditatively, lovingly. So there is no boundaries. Undifferentiated realm where there are no definitions, no boundaries, no divisions, where everything, there is no limit for anything, where everything can move into everything else. Love can enter into meditation. That's where the first title was Life, Love and Light. People use this acronym but without understanding. This is creating a realm where all the boundaries dissolve into one another. Undifferentiated realm where life is love, love is light. But how can love be light? You may wonder, but introspect on it. Is life love? Life is the fragrance of love. Life is the fragrance of love, and love is the aura of light. Love is the aura of light, and out of this, so they are boundaryless realm. Life, love and light. Undifferentiated realm, create an undifferentiated realm where life can move into love, love can move into life, and in fact, life has to move into love. So love will be living, a living phenomena, not a dead theory. And love will enter into life, so make you more alive. It is love that makes you more alive. It is life that makes love, gives many dimensions to love. And then out of that, that which evolves is the light. And the light is the one that guides you in the moments. It becomes the beacon light, the pole star. So you are the embodiment, undifferentiated embodiment of life, love and light. These titles were not chosen just randomly. Maybe that time has not come to explain many dimensions of it, and it has been left to you how to introspect, go into the various dimensions of it. why this topic was chosen. When we look into the works of the ancient masters, why does this particular master has used this terminology? You can spend entire the research of, you can do a PhD on that. How the life could be undifferentiated realm. How love could move into, life could move into love, love can move into light. Interchangeable. Love and life are two sides of the same coin. Freely moves into one another. And what about light? No difference. Where everything is everything else. Love is life, life is love. Love is light, light is love. Without light, love is of no use. Without love, love is the compassion. When love flows through the light, and when light flows through love, you gain a totally different kind of approach towards life. You are more alive and living, pulsating with life. You are one in harmony with the existence. Existence is flowing through you and you are flowing into it. Every moment you are dissolving into it, and every moment existence is dissolved, manifesting itself through you. Every moment change is dissolving into the changeless, and changeless is manifesting through the change. The known is dissolving into the unknown every moment, and unknown is manifesting through the known. This is the approach of life, love and light. Only then you can be light unto yourself. And when you are light unto yourself, you are the pole star. The light has descended from where? From the existence. Existence has descended itself into you as light. And as a result of that, your life is incandescent. And then you are the pole star to bring light, illumination in the life of anyone that comes into your communion, comes into your concept, in your contact. The consequences are bound to be very different in each approach. By the scientific approach, by dividing, you can come only to the outer dimension, the dead particles, atoms, because life is something organic. Life, you can use the scientific phenomena to explain the non-scientific aspects. You can introduce the non-scientific aspect into the science, interdisciplinary approach. This is where the quantum process of transformation is used. How the energy is generated, how it is distributed in different parts of the body, how it makes you more alive and pulsating. You can come only through science to the dead particles, atoms, because life is something which cannot be cut into divisions. Atom can be divided into three: neutron, proton and electron. But there is a center also. It is as if you are going to study a symphony by studying each single note. Each single note is part of the symphony, but it is not symphony. The Symphony is different notes put together in harmony with one another. The symphony is created by many notes dissolving into each other. Light is that symphony. Life is that symphony where different notes are dissolving into one another. You cannot study a symphony by studying the notes alone. I cannot study the parts. I cannot study you as parts. I have to study you, work with you as organic harmony. You are not just aggregate of parts. You are not just the body, not just the mind, not just the intellect. You are beyond all this. So transformation cannot happen through the parts. It has to happen through the organic. How all these parts can be put together in order to bring about transformation into consciousness. That's why I'm not interested in the scriptures and so, as has been in the past. Creating, you are the scriptures, 3 dimensions. How to put life, love and light. How to put the Satya, truth, awareness and beauty. 3 faces, 3 dimensions. You are truth, it has to be experienced. When you experience truth and you are guided by this, your consciousness moves with that understanding. And then what happens? Your life becomes an embodiment of beauty, bliss. The truth, consciousness and bliss, another form. You cannot be studied. No one can attain to transformation only through the parts, unless you go through the entire organic process. We'll continue like this in the next session. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.